Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. How's everybody doing? Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Kevin, Jam, Jiraj. Ready for the last trading day of the year. Hey, Zeth, how are you? Morning, Moran, Jeff, Badir, all right. The whole gang's here. Excuse me. Uh, it was a bit of a slow morning. Our overnight inventory was short, and it was looking like we'd open on a gap down. But we collected all of the liquidating inventory above 43, and I tweeted that level out. Oh man, around 2 o'clock in the morning or 2:30 in the morning, New York time. And so if we get back up above this, I'm just looking for back and forth inside yesterday's range. If we take out yesterday's high, your swing high is going to be 69.70, which will take you up into this area here. Now, I don't know what's going to happen today. Holiday order flow and um, is very unpredictable, right? So if you look on the candle wax chart, you can see the market was underneath VWAP pretty much since the open, right? Since the open, of course, VWAP moves. It's not a static reference. So there's all your inventories here. We had sellers up here yesterday all day at 54. Don't forget that. I don't think it's a half day jam. I don't know. I'm getting different reports on that half day thing because the email I just got from AMP Futures and I posted the trading hours, the holiday trading hours. It's a full day today. I don't know where you guys are getting this half day thing. Because even the New York Stock Exchange is open all day. And that's right from the CME Control Center. We'd like it to be a half day. Right? We'd like it to be a half day. Yeah, it's a full day today and tomorrow. Yeah, that's okay, right? So I I'm not trading size or I'll scalp along with you guys just to keep you company. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm done for the year. So what do we got here? Well, if you look at our candle wax chart, right, our cost basis is under 40. And now we're in distribution, right? This is distribution. Candles are small, and they shut off the sell at 48 because there's a bunch of unfilled buy orders here. Unfilled buy orders create support. So the algos will come down, test the bid, and then lift the offer, right? Test the bid, lift the offer. Test the bid, lift the offer. What does that mean? Well, I want you guys to close your eyes, not your mind. Close your eyes and pretend that you had 1,000 contracts and you were long. Say you were long 1,000 here, right? In this area, maybe in this green area. As the market goes up, of course you're going to sell some. You're not going to sell all of them. So as soon as you get to 69.48 and you see a bunch of people lining up to buy, you're going to what? You test the bid and raise the offer. Test the bid and raise the offer. That is the premise of trading, right? You find out where the big buyers are and you keep them bid. You don't fill this unless you have to, right? The only reason that you would fill this area is because everybody else is price competing. Now, retail traders don't understand price competition because they've never traded more than 500 or 1,000 shares or maybe 3 or 5 contracts. But when you're a size participant, you're going to have competition. You're not the only cat out there selling 1,000 contracts. There's lots of them, right? So when you get price competition, the first one who lowers their price, what happens? The first one who lowers their price, dun, 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 dun. Come on, guys. The first size participant who lowers the price makes the sale, right? What's the use of having 1,000 contracts if you can't sell them, right? The first one who lowers price gets filled, makes the sale, and turns that inventory into, as my buddy Buckwheat would say, cash, right? So now you've got cash and you can go and do other business, right? Yeah, you always want to be first to hit that bid, right? Poke them in the eye, hit the bid, make the sale, get the money. That's what it's all about. Okay? What do I consider to be size? It depends on how much money you got. If you got $2,000, size is maybe 3 E-minis, right? If you got $200 million, size is 5,000 E-minis. You know what I mean? See, everybody wants to know what size is, but I mean, if you got $50, then you got one contract on a micro, right? You got 50 million. You're trading with $50 million. So AO, if you're trading a $50 million account, you probably are trading with a prime broker. What what kind of margin and what kind of size are you trading? So you're trading a $50 million account? See, we've got size traders on my YouTube. Oh, you're just bullshitting then. Okay, so you're throwing out numbers. So it depends. You got $50 million. How are you going to manage that $50 million, my friend? What is your say people have entrusted you with their money, right? Say people have entrusted you. You got 10 million from here, 5 million from there, 20 million from there. You got $50 million under management, assets under management, right? Unless it's your own money, right? That's possible too, family office stuff. So out of that $50 million, how much of that money are you using for spec? How much are you using for long term, right? So then do the math, right? And then if you're using less than 1% for speculative products, what is your investment outlook? What are you going to tell your investors, the guys who wrote you a check? How am I going to do business? They're not just going to give you $50 million and go, hey, you know what? You're a good looking guy. We're going to give you 50 million clams, right? But what are you trying to figure out, AO? Like, what's the question? So for each different money manager, they're going to position size according to their investment outlook, their short-term outlook. Like they're not in there just like doing lines of Coke and drinking Red Bull and throwing out 1,000 contracts at a clip. You know what I mean? Right? See, look up this word, fiduciary. You have a fiduciary responsibility to the people who entrust you with their money to not lose all their money, right? Right? So what is your investment outlook? What is your plan? What's the plan, Stan? Right? So it all depends. Right? Maybe you're a cowboy fund and you guys are gunslingers. Right? And out of a $50 million AUM, you're knocking back 10,000 contracts. Depends on the position sizing, the time of trade, hold, all of that stuff. So that's what I'm trying to make you understand, right? People who trade that kind of money, they don't risk it all, you know, they're not all betting it all on red and black, right? S-pill, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What is the spread? The spread should be a tick. Let me go see. My DOM shows that the spread is a tick. I don't know where you're getting 48 to 52. Oh, you're seeing a balance, right? So the sellers are here, they stop selling here, right? And they're just like tick, 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 tick. There you go, right? As soon as they get under 48, they stop selling and they try and lift the offer and see if the sheep will follow. No, that's not a spread, my brother. That is a distribution balance. The spread is the difference between the bid and the ask. And in ES futures, it's usually one tick. When it gets volatile, that spread will widen out sometimes because the order book is thin. This is what we call a distribution balance. It's not a spread. You can try and trade it if you want, but what I'd be looking for a break of 48 and then see if you can get a fill at 45 if you're short. Yeah, see the whole thing about trading size is everybody's like, "Oh yeah, size traders." But that's not how they think. Right? That's not how people think who are entrusted to manage money. Right? They they have to answer to people, right? Contrary to popular belief. Unless you're Billy Wong and you blow $30 billion in a week, right? Right? You know, you go to three different banks and borrow 10 billion from each one and not tell them that that, you're borrowing money from the others, right? But that's a different story, right? But generally in business, you have to have like like a prime brokerage is not just going to set you up and go, okay, you got $50 million, let's give you 3-to-1 leverage. Like without knowing you, without knowing what you're going to be doing with it. Like, what are you going to do with this money that we're lending you? They're worse than loan sharks, right? Because if they don't keep track of you, right, you can't count on human beings to be responsible. Right? Okay, let's see. We're getting a break. We're breaking 48. Okay? We're breaking 48. Right? The sellers are up here. Let's see if we break that 48 level. Now, if you're short, say you're short this distribution, right? You're shorting, say you're short 49, 49 and a half, right? Well, what you want is you want that offer and you want the candle tops on every minute candle to get lower, which means price competition. And that's why you guys with the trend lines, that's what your trend line means. The trend line's moving down, that means sellers are competing. Trend line moving up, that means sellers don't have to compete and buyers are chasing price higher. Right? That's what a trend line means. Yeah. So if you're short, say 49, 49 and a half, right? I would have my warning level would be here, around 50 half. My stop would be 51, right? And then you want to go and you want to put some buy orders down here, right? You got to go put some buy orders down here because somewhere in here they're going to be buyers. So let's go put some bids in here, right? Now when the market comes in, right, when it sells off, say I've got a bid here at 46.75, I've got a buy order and that buy order is not getting executed. Well, does your business plan tell you that you're going to wait to see if it gets executed? Because if it gets back above 48, right? Yeah, actually, SPIL, they plan things out months in advance, right? Remember, every battle is won before it is fought. So these guys don't go into business like gunslingers, right? Those days are over, right? You have to have a plan. They sit down and they talk to their analysts, right? They make sure that they're making good, smart investment decisions, right? It's a process. That's why they call it portfolio management, right? Not portfolio, I don't know, what's the word? Gambling, right? Yeah, they have investment committees, right? All that stuff. Yeah, so it's New Year's Eve. Dial down your position size, right? Don't throw away all the money you made this year, folks. Be smart. Right? So there's a little bit of selling competition. Any of you read the Wall Street Journal? You should, right? Instead of like, look at this. Front page of the Wall Street Journal. Boston went big on luxury condos. The buyers didn't show up. Some developers who tried to emulate the pricey high-rises of New York and Miami are now offering discounts to unload inventory, right? You guys get it? It's all about inventory. Yeah, Dan. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, this, every time there's a boom, everybody rushes out. It happens in every market. Real estate. Then you get people standing in line to buy a phone. He who has the lowest cost basis wins. right? Inventory. And inventory ties up capital. Sure, I'm going to put it in the JJ comment section, Rasto. Where's the link thing? It's in the JJ news and commentary. When buyers don't show up, real estate, heck, you could be selling pickles. Hey, Autumn 99 or 9, how you doing? Right? You gotta price your inventory to move. No problem. So you guys will see that everywhere. Condos, pickles, crappy sports cars. Okay, so you would have gotten a fill there. Okay, so you're short 49, 49 and a half. You buy one back at 46 and 3/4. Ooh, okay. Now, can we buy one back at the next bid? Right, 46. Right? Can we buy some back? Right? And that is the name of the game. Now, folks who are listening on YouTube, we're running this special. Steve's going to pull it probably after the new year, where you get the room and the AI trading coach. And honestly, I'm telling you folks, if you are not a profitable trader, it is the best $20 you're going to spend. Try it for a month. If you don't like it, you can always leave. But I guarantee you, for that $20 that you spend, those of you who are watching this, you are going to learn more in a month with me than 10 years anywhere else. All you have to do is be able to pay attention. Right? And it's all about training yourself on how to react. Right? So if you had a 46 bid and it traded there, did you get any? I don't know. Right now, it doesn't look like it's anywhere near the gap fill, does it? Right? There's that gap, and we're trading here. So as we came down under 69.23, what's our low? 22.25? Right? So we looked under 23 and then back up. Today is market maker month end, so it's wholesaler month end. They have to provide liquidity all the way to 5 p.m. Now, the order flow on a year end is not, it's not reliable, right? It's not at all, it's not uniform because half of the people are gone, right? Hey, all right. Yeah, 4 p.m. Central Time is 5 p.m. Eastern Time, right? Yeah, so it's not an early close. Thanks, all right. Right, 4 p.m. Central Time is 5 p.m., which is when O period closes out. Cool. Thank you, sir. All right, so that was a look below and fail of 69.23 and 3/4. Right, you get rotation back up. So our order flow off the open today is not going to be reliable. So You got to really, really watch your risk. Okay? Yes, yes, it's closed tomorrow, all right. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, my brother. Right? Oh, we're open. And they're off. Now the sellers woke up, right? So we filled all those bids. So if you were short 49, right, and you were short 3 contracts, you'd be filled, right? And we're looking for now a move. I'd say the next bids are down here. Let's see if we go test those bids, right? Look, see how we transacted right there? Now I wouldn't go long off that, but if I'm short, if I had 3 contracts short and maybe I had 6, I'd try and cover the rest under 45. See what I'm saying? You can take so much information off one of these charts, right? Right? We found the bid at 43 all the way back up, right? And what a surprise that we found the bid at 43. 69.43 and a quarter. Quelle surprise, right? A little choppy. Let's see what it does. Yeah, open right at the close. You know, Lear, if you worked in the industry and you had the fortunate circumstance of having to work today, right? If you're one of those poor schmucks who have to work New Year's Eve, because all the big traders are not, they're not at work, right? You think somebody who made $300 million is sitting at his desk in front of a screen right now on New Year's Eve? That ain't happening. Okay? So the assistants are there, and their instructions are don't F this up. If you do, call me. And if you call me, you're fired. Right? That's how the world works. Right? So there's nobody who's going to be taking on risk on the last trading day of the year. Right? That's like sitting on a keg of dynamite picking your teeth with a kitchen match. Right? It's just stupid. Right? Be smart or be gone. Right? You're fired. Right? Just don't screw anything up. So anybody who has 2 brain cells to rub together today will be going, let's just get through this day unless we have to. And just not make any mistakes. Get through the end of the year and not blow our bonus. Right? There we go. Let's see if we can hold yesterday's low. Right? A break of yesterday's low will target 37.5 if you're still short. See how we're kind of pausing at yesterday's low at 41? See, there's short sellers under here who are bid to cover, and they come up and grab the product. So they start hopping each other in line, right? But let's see if that breaks. Exactly. There's a seller at 47.5. Now you're cooking with gas. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. Any year-end horror stories? Oh. No, you know what? I really got through year-end. I saw other guys kind of screw up. There were these 2 knuckleheads who were trading at, where was it? Research Capital. And I think the story goes that they were short. This was back in the days when Amazon and Yahoo and all those things were running. And they tried shorting on during the Christmas holidays, and they ended up losing $2 million. So guess what? You got a job for life. You're not going anywhere until you pay back that money. So they booked it down to Panama and opened an offshore brokerage firm. I think that's the way the story goes. But yeah, most people, Zed, just try and stay out of trouble, right? Most people try and stay out of trouble. Let's see if we can take out VWAP, which is 38. But there's a lot of Thanksgiving Day horror stories. 4th of July, You can always catch people offside right before a holiday because greedy people, they don't think. They're driven by their emotions. And I understand. I've been in that situation. I'm not saying I've never been greedy and stupid. Everyone's done it, right? So look, there's a seller right at 42.25. You see the tops of those last three candles? See, those sellers now see buyers. They're lifting price. Thanksgiving is a great time. Thanksgiving, 4th of July, those long weekends are always great to trap shorts because people will short the market not understanding it's not open for 3 days. So you can run price up pretty good on them, right? Attorney Duff, in his book The Buy Side, he would always work holidays, and what he'd do is there's some market makers when you give them a sell order, right? They'll start shorting the stock automatically or sharing that information. Oh yeah, JJ's a seller, so let's go short a little bit. So what you do is you give them a sell order, you watch them sell the stock down, you buy it all, and then you call them and go cancel all those sell orders. Now they're short, and then you just ram it up there, right? Oh, the good old days. We're looking for 37.5. What's up, Harris? Getting that slow leak down. Remember, we had an inventory correction up. Now we're correcting inventory back down. So you're looking for bids at 37.5 if you're still short. There's 37.5. Next stop, the overnight point of control at 36. And then the next stop will be 34.25. Bingo! Now you're cooking with gas, my friend. Beautiful. There you go. Do not buy a market when the offer is moving lower. Do not short a market when the offer is moving higher. It's pretty simple. People love to complicate this stuff. If you keep it simple, then guess what? Right? You can concentrate on execution. Right? But if you go and complicate all your analysis, you're basically going to execute like you got a bag over your head. Right? It's nice. You big candle, big seller, beautiful. Let them knock it down, right? Cost basis is down here in the 33s, right? You see the volume coming in? 800, 700, 600, 500. Right? The shorts are starting to cover some size there. Let's see if that holds. Yeah, and that's the thing, S-Pill. You don't have to capture the whole move. There's enough meat on the bones between 40 and 36. Make yourself 4 points on 10 contracts. Right? You can fill your car up with gas. Looking for bids at 31.5. Let's see if that level is at all reactive. Size selling will break that 31.5 in a second. See the bids coming in? The offer is lifting, Harris. See how we came down to 31.5? We couldn't print 31.5. We couldn't, and the offer started to lift. So that means the sellers have seen buyers and are raising price. As what you should do if you're a seller, right? You should be raising price. Right? To take advantage. I don't quite understand. So the prices are taken out when the stop's being choppy. When it stops being choppy, it means you've got more customers. Now, I want you to take yourself out of the operating theater and pretend you're selling souvlaki at the beach. Right? And there's nobody buying your souvlaki. You got to put the souvlaki on sale. Right? So it's kind of choppy, it's slow, right? Then all of a sudden you got 4 busloads of tourists come in. So you got some customers. So you can raise price. right? Very simple. So you just watch that offer, right? The offer is what sets the price in the market according to the people who are coming in, according to the customer flow, the order flow, right? So sellers, and there's more than one seller. There's you, me, Espil, Teen, Zed, Raj. We're all selling, right? So what we teach you in our room is to show you where to find the seller. Don't worry about the buyers. We'll take care of the buying. You just worry about where the sellers are. And when they stop selling, that's when you cover your short. So now we're looking for our next trade. Now, if you're still short, right, we're right back into that 27.31 cost basis. This is called testing the bid, right? We're selling the market down to where those big buyers are. And once we find where those big buyers are, we'll tap, 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 stop, and then lift. Right? One of my best clients, who was like an older brother to me, he passed away last year on the 27th. And he would call me every morning. Same thing. Gorilla, you big bitch. Go find the bid. You know? So I'd go and tap the market down, find the big buyers, then step in front, and we'd start ramming the offer higher. The ideal LBF is at a discount where it's likely enough the offer changes. Exactly. Now you're starting to cook with gas. Beautiful. Love to see it. So this is a look below and fail of 31.5. He was something else. There were three brothers. They're Omni's uncles. If you guys see Omnipotent Student on Twitter, his dad and his three uncles were my mentors, and we lost one of them last year. He was a great guy. When I got busted out after 9/11, because my boss got arrested for trading for the mob, nobody would touch me. I had to work for a guy who looked like Colonel Sanders running a boiler room. And this guy, I didn't even have a car. I had two Porsches and a penthouse. After 9/11, I was living above an Irish bar and taking the bus to work. This guy would pick me up and drive me to work every morning. In the old days, people looked after each other. Right? See how it's just all these unfilled buy orders are just sitting there. There we go. We're starting to fill them. And we're going to come down and test these stops down here. Yeah. Every morning, Gorilla, go find the bid. Right? So I'd go and find the bid on our deals, find where the buyers are, so what I'd do is I'd sell the market down because, remember our cost basis on, say, a $5 stock was this, right? A penny, tenth of a penny, hundredth of a penny. So, right? So say it's at $5, we sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it down, right? And we're turning that into cash. So we cash up. If we find a big buyer here, we stop selling. We'll flip and put a huge big bid here. I'll put 1,000,000 shares on the bid and rip the offers, right? We have the cash, and now everyone will chase up, and then we hammer them as they come up. That's how you make a market. right? So it's those things that I learned trading out 1 million shares on this deal, 5 million shares on this deal, 300 million shares on another deal over an 18-month period of time, making markets, creating charts. We use all of that to try and help you trade in an intelligent manner, and so you know the business. There are people who come on our stream and they go, "What do you mean, what business?" Right? It's like they've never heard of Wall Street. They don't know that Wall Street is a mechanism to give you product and take your money, right? It's a distribution mechanism, right? Here we go, looking for 26.5 now. Come on down. Hey, hey, Travis, you work hard every day. It's good that you got some rest, brother. Don't worry, the market will be there on Friday. It'll be there next week. Not to worry. It's not running away. Yeah, so I was lucky. I had good mentors and good friends and people who, when when I was down, there was a hand to help me out. And that's what we try and do here, right? Because you guys don't have that in retail trading. So we've got this room to try and give you some sort of support so you understand the business, right? So you're not just throwing your money out a window blindly, right? Because I swear to God, some of the things I see on Twitter and people talking, I'm like, they should mute this dude, right? Yeah, I'm very grateful for that. So we try and recreate that kind of business environment at the trading syndicate. Now, it's not all serious. We joke around and we have a good time too. So it's not all, you know. Yeah, right. That's why you come into our trading room, you won't see these jokers going, "Oh, I made 300 grand today," and belittling other people and stuff like that. You won't see that in our room, right? We try and help people. That's our goal, is to take regular people, get them profitable, right? We want to help you pay your bills, you know, right? And if you want to buy a Ferrari, that's fine. I got nothing against Ferraris. And after losing 28 pounds over Christmas, I might actually even be able to fit into a Ferrari now. Not a Lamborghini, though. Still need to lose some more weight to get into one of those puppies. But, you know, whatever your goals are, right? Whatever your goals are, we'll try and help you. Hey, N7, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, we charge 20 bucks for a sub, right? No, no, no. Our room has futures, options, equities, crypto. They even have like sports betting, which I know nothing about. But we've got Ray's like Jimmy the Greek. That guy knows sports and betting and odds. And I mean, he used to be a poker player, right? So he knows all that stuff. He's got it clocked. Our guys, remember when NFTs came out? Ray was one of the first guys to get into NFTs and get that cheap cost basis and make money, right? So he's always at the edge. That was a good liquidation, eh? 47 all the way down to 25. Now, what's under here? What lies beneath? Do we take out the overnight low? So far, it's been mechanical. It stops, goes up, and then it breaks that stop. Then it goes up, breaks that stop. See? Down, up, down, up, down, up. So I'm expecting the overnight low to get broken. Now, a perfect scenario from a clearing perspective, right, it would be to get underneath 69.08 and try and tickle that gap, right? Yeah, shorts paid. It's very good, right? So we identified early on that there were sellers up here, right? Because we were calling out a 48, 49, 49 and a half short against 51. Now, covering too early, that's okay. The larger traders, now there's a look below and fail of 27. Let's see if we can get up to 31 and a half. You know what? It's okay if you lost patience, man. It's New Year's Eve, right? Right. So our trading room doesn't just have futures. It has equities, and I got some surprises coming with equities. Um, I'll teach you guys how to actually read the tape in equities if you want, um, and then practical investing using market profile in a practical way for whatever instrument you're trading. That's big for us, really big, right? We don't want you to waste your time and waste your money. We want you to get paid. I am sick of seeing people lose money. I actually get physically ill when somebody tells me they've blown up an account. Today, I saw some Goomba on Twitter saying, oh, it's okay to blow up accounts. No, it's not okay to blow up accounts. That's really bad business. What are you doing, right? Don't blow up accounts just because you can. That's a horrible business outlook, right? Oh, yeah, we also have a food. Don't forget the food room. Thanks, guys. I haven't eaten anything since last night. Don't forget the food room. It's a good thing you're not running my nutrition plan. It's not the algos. Harris, the algos, okay, so you're a doctor and you're a surgeon. So if you have a robotic surgeon, right, if you have that robotic surgery, it's still doing the same surgery, right? It's just doing it more precisely and efficiently. It's not actually running the surgery. The surgeon's still in there supervising the machine, right? You just don't wheel a patient in. It's not like Star Trek and your robotic surgery does everything and you guys just walk away and you're smoking cigarettes outside while the robotics are, you know, killing cancer cells or doing whatever, right? So the algos are just helping make the business more efficient. There was a clear LBF right here, but I was talking and I didn't call it out. There's a clear LBF right there. So what you got to do, Harris, is after the Uzo hangover, go in and rewind this. Go back and rewind this part of the day, and you'll see it. Yeah, practicing failure is really a bad business plan, right, Lear? It's not okay to blow up accounts. You took it. Beautiful. There you go. Right? It's not okay to blow up accounts. Right? That's like telling somebody that here's a business, burn it to the ground, and we'll start again tomorrow. This is like, what are you doing? Good stuff. Well done. Well done. Beautiful. Good, good, good. 31 to 34. Nice work, Lear. Nice and calm. So what I'll do today, because it's New Year's Eve, I'll wait for the next half hour period to start. We'll take you into it a little bit, and then we'll cut you guys loose a little early so you can go and get your party on. Right? You gotta enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. Coming up on 10 o'clock. Do we have any how did I manage to lose weight? I stopped eating as much. cut the carbs. As they say in the US, I shut my pie hole. No, it is not closing early. Contrary to misconception, the market is on full bore. Yeah, right now we're at VWAP Carnivore Kid. Now, if enough people got short underneath 31 and 34, we're going to pop VWAP and go up to 40. Do I ever allow a trade to get into drawdown? No, I do not. Because once the business reason for the trade has gone out the window, as they say in Liverpool, I leg it. I get out of a bad trade so fast it'll make your head spin, like in a New York second. I do not allow trades to work because if it goes against the business of the trade, I'm gone. Here's the thing. It could work out, but if I'm long, say I went long here, right? Here's an example, right? If I had gone long at 28, 29, put my stop under 27, and the market broke 27 and took out that candle, okay? If I'm long product at 28, that means I'm hoping to sell it at 31, 32, 33, right? But if my inventory is priced at 28, 29, let's say it's priced at 29 for argument's sake, right? So if I'm long 29 and somebody is coming in offering the product at 26, 24, then I'm holding inventory that is mispriced and I better blow out of that. Otherwise, it's a percentage out of my capital, right? You're going to get stopped out on trades. That's life, right? I would rather re-enter and try it again now here's the thing now. If I'm just starting in the morning and I'm just trading, I'll be trading on the micro, right? And testing it out. I do that. If I get 2 or 3 trades wrong in a row, I stop and I don't switch to the mini. Because what's the point? I'm very happy to lose $20 to $30 instead of 300. And then if I am in the zone and I'm seeing things properly, then I can start trading the mini and size up. I always test myself. It's like kind of letting the engine of a car warm up, right? So if you're really in the zone and you're cooking along, you can re-enter those trades because you'll see it. You're like early, right? That happens a lot. Sometimes you'll get in the trade too early. Be wrong quick and learn how to better not be wrong. Exactly, right? Just keep it really simple because the thing is, here's what old man Thompson told me when I was my first trading job. This guy was like 74 years old. His kids ran the firm, but he was there every day. He was worth $600 million. Took the bus to work. He bought 3 suits for $99. Right? $600 million. This guy's taking the bus to work. He was so cheap. He said, listen, kid, if you don't make money today, it's not a big deal. But are you going to be in business tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after? So really pick your spots. Only cold places in Canada and Norway, they warm up their engines. Yeah, well, if you like your car, you warm it up, right? Right? If you don't like your car, you just jump in it, start it, and red line. Right? Now, some of us don't have the kind of money that neurosurgeons have, so, we got to look after our engines, right, Harris? Right? Right? You're warming up your brain just like a car is warming up its engine, right? And it's okay if you don't make money today. Because the market's not like the circus. It's not going to pack up and go to another town tomorrow. It'll be there tomorrow. Will you? So capital preservation should be the number one goal of a trader, right? And then the second goal is learning your craft and your execution. You're in Massachusetts? Ah, Patriots fan. Yeah, this guy was so cheap. Oh my God. He would charge us for phone calls, photocopying. It made him 250 to 300 grand a month, and he'd still charge us for coffee. And it was really bad coffee. And even though that his kids ran the firm, if one of your clients was offside, you'd get a phone call at night. Hey, what's going on with this account? Why is it offside 50,000? Why is it offside 200 grand? What are you doing? What are you going to do? Well, are you going to fix it in the morning? Huh? 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 Right? So now the candles are getting smaller. Business is getting a little slower. Let's see what happens. Let's see if that 31 can hold. You coming to Liverpool, Harris? That'd be cool. It is the greatest city in the UK. See if Raj is awake. I don't think he heard me. Price stability after liquidation. Exactly. It's not the client's money. Clients trade on credit. Clients trade on margin. Big clients don't put up all the money to trade. They put up stock and they trade against the stock. Right? So if they're offside, have a great New Year, Beaushot. Oh, yeah. But I mean, see, we were working in the early 90s. We were taught by people from the 70s and the 80s. And our motto was, we eat stress for breakfast. That's why a lot of my buddies are gone. They're dead. I had a heart attack at 44. I didn't take a vacation from 1995 to 2021. Right? 3 cell phones, one for Europe, one for Asia, one for North America. My business card said 24 hours a day and your secrets die with me. That's what it said on the back of my business card. If you don't answer the phone after one ring, you're fired. There's absolutely no the competition. There are 300 other guys and girls waiting to take your client. Yeah, Harris, go to the beach, man. You still in Greece? Go get some sun. Go enjoy, you know. Drink some ouzo. Chill out. Have a good time. That's what holidays are for. Manchester is not the best city in the UK. That's got to be Raj pumping that. Yeah, Messin? Liverpool's the best place in the UK. Bar none. Best people. Harris, we're going to have to take you to Canada for a year. Right? After you live in Canada for 3 months in the winter, you'll never complain about the cold anywhere again. You'll be grateful. Be like -5. Oh, this is beautiful. Leeds is nice. There's nothing wrong with Manchester, but hey, Liverpool's the best. I love my Scousers. Just incredible people here. So we got some bids at 29, seller at 31 and a half, 31 and a quarter. Business is slow. So Raj, are you messing, lad? All right. As they say in Liverpool, it's time to shut her down and go get some scran, which means food. You guys have a wonderful and safe New Year's. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. We want to see you all on Friday. I want to thank you all for supporting me this year and being in our room. Folks in our mentoring class, folks on YouTube. Really appreciate you all. And we're looking for a very profitable 2026. Right? We're going to make you, right, as they say in Heartbreak Ridge, we're going to make you life takers and heartbreakers next year, okay? Going to train you to be killing machines. Have a wonderful, happy new year. All the best from us to you. And we will see you on Friday, 2:30 in the morning New York time for the Insomniacs, 7:30 in the morning UK time. And have a wonderful and happy new year, everyone. Thank you so much for your support this year. Bye for now.